Welcome to Climate Quickies, bite-sized nuggets of climate goodness from our TED experts in under 5 minutes.
In this week's Climate Quickie, we hear from one of our favourite guests, superstar legal eagle Melinda Janke, who has spent the last 25 years working to make environmental damage illegal. Melinda shares how she's taking on big oil to stop deep sea petroleum drilling in one of South America's most beautiful nature spots, Guyana. This is part of a broader conversation around how the global south is airbrushed out of the climate conversation, when in reality, they are climate heroes. Over to Melinda, and remember, stay curious.
Maybe I could tell you a little bit about Guyana first, because it's a really special place. It's one of the few carbon sinks on the planet. It's got more than 80% forest, from the coast with the mangroves right into the interior, which is actually part of the Amazon forest. You hear a lot about the Brazilian Amazon forest. You don't hear so much about Guyana. And it's in something called the Amazon Orinoco Influence Zone, which is a really special bit of the planet. It's the longest mud coastline on Earth. You can go all over the world. You can get these beautiful sandy beaches. Not here. We have mud, and it sustains this incredibly rich marine life. And unfortunately for us, in 2015, ExxonMobil announced that they had found oil. The oil is about 2 miles below the seabed. So this is very, very deep and dangerous drilling at a time when the world is moving away from fossil fuels, and in a country that has no experience of oil whatsoever, no infrastructure, no expertise, no personnel, no idea what oil means.
Can I ask 2 questions just straight off the bat, right? Because my one goal in this podcast is to never pretend that I know what someone's talking about when I don't know what they're talking about. So what is, first of all, a carbon sink? Is that like, I'm not even going to try and guess. Can you just tell me what is a carbon sink?
Oh, yes. So if you look at the greenhouse gas emissions from the population of Guyana, all the greenhouse gases that we emit are reabsorbed by our forest. And the forests are also taking out other greenhouse gases. So our forests are helping the rest of the world to breathe. We're taking out some of the greenhouse gas that you're putting up into the atmosphere right now. We're really climate heroes, you know.
So you're one of the good guys. You're one of the only countries that's actually helping the rest of the world. And then the other question I was going to ask was, how do people discover oil? Like, how can you not know that it's there and then just randomly find it? Is it that they're looking for oil all the time in loads of different places, or why was there a reason that Guyana wasn't on the map for looking for that as a resource?
That's an excellent question. I think people have always known that there is oil there because Venezuela has these massive reserves of oil, and Suriname has oil, and Guyana is in between the two. And in 2002, the United States Geological Survey said there was a 95% chance of oil being there, not just any old oil, but a really big find. So we've known for about 20 years that this is likely to happen. The looking for the oil, though, 2 miles below the seabed, it's not that easy to find, and the ocean is a mile deep. Of course, they shouldn't be looking for it. This is not the time to be doing oil. 5 years ago wasn't the time to be doing oil. So this is a project that from the beginning is irrational and irresponsible. Basically, it's crazy.
Right, because oil as an industry is on its way out, right? Like we're coming to the end of, or hopefully, fingers crossed, we're coming to the end of that time because it's not friendly to the environment.
Yeah, I mean, you've put that very nicely. I would say that fossil fuels are killing the earth, and therefore we don't have a choice. We have to stop them and go immediately into removing the excess greenhouse gas so the earth can start to breathe again.
Thanks for listening to this Quickie.
This episode was created by our usual superstar podcast team and supported by TEDx London's headline partner, City. Until next time,
stay curious.